Welcome to part two, everybody. Just finished up listening to A Passage to Bangkok and the Twilight Zone off of 2112 from Rush. Awesome songs. Really, really, really good. So I said in part one, I had heard A Passage to Bangkok before. I was pretty familiar with it. It's been probably a couple of years, definitely a very long time since I've heard it. So it was refreshing to hear that one again. Just an awesome song. I mean, I love the bigness of the chords and the simplicity of it. I think it is a nice break from the opening track or the opening side of that album because you have this epic, long, super insane, my mind is still blown from it, 20 plus minute intro to an album. And I think that it's good that they put something kind of, this doesn't take too much thought. It doesn't take too much mental power. Just sit back and enjoy, the rock. And so, yeah, I'm glad that even though I've heard it, I didn't skip over this one because, yeah, it's cool. It fits coming off of that beginning track. And, man, the guitar playing on that, I think Alex just keeps getting better and better. And you guys know I like to comment on Alex a lot. And I'm seeing a progression in his playing where it's more focused and it's just better. It seems more polished to me. It still has a rawness to it, and maybe it's just the production that's better, but everything about it just kind of seems to suck me in a little bit more. But I do feel like over the course of every album, he just gets better. And that's how it should be when you're a musician. The more time that goes by, obviously you would hope. Now, people who care about their instruments, there's people who don't really care to be the instrumentalist. Like they just play the instrument and they're like, well, we do it because we like it and this is only as good as we ever want to get. But these guys were, of course, all masters. And so the fact that they just keep getting better and better should be expected. But it is really cool and really refreshing to see. So yeah, that song, obviously not much to it. It's just straightforward. Sit back and just enjoy the jam. And it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy that. I got to learn that song again because years back when I heard it for the first time, I asked my brother, I'm like, oh, can you show me that riff is so cool. And he showed it to me and I would kind of jam it out. And I had been playing guitar for just a couple of months at that point, probably. And I was nowhere even close to being able to learn how to play that solo or anything, but I should probably go back and learn that song again because it's pretty simple, but it's just a lot of fun. So really, really enjoyed that. Now, the Twilight Zone, never heard before, and I love that song. It has a spaciness to it, an airiness to it that kind of is, there's almost a bigness in the openness of it. So not a bigness in a full sense, but it kind of just, it feels, I don't know how really to explain it or describe it, but man, I don't know if it was just the layering and the mixing and different things. And there was one part where there were the main vocals and then there was a hard pan on the other vocals and it was totally a different tone. And so it gives it just this kind of, you just feel surrounded, especially when you're wearing headphones. There's you just feel the surrounding of the music and it's an awesome, awesome feeling. And I loved some of those chords that were going on, kind of like these jazzy, lounge music type chords. And they're relaxing and they're different. And it's a nice break from a lot of rock music and just the power chords or your basic bar chords and stuff like that. And the absolute capper for that song was that outro solo. And I was just hoping it would go on longer. But again, it's almost perfection in the shortness of it. Like I've said before, if something draws on too long, it loses the specialness of it, right? So if there's a really cool hook in a song or something, or a really good lick in a guitar solo, or a drum fill or something, you don't want those to be repeated really too much. You want something to be there just enough that you enjoy it and catch on to it, but not quite enough that it's kind of like, all right, let's go. And what that does, it makes you want to just hear it again and again and again. And I guarantee you, I'm going to come back to this song again and again and again and listen to the entire thing. Well, not just for the end, because the entire song was great, but every time I'm going to listen to it, I'm going to have this anticipation of what's coming at the end, and it's going to be over, and I'm like, I got to hear that again. Boom, hit replay on the song and just repeat it again. I love music that makes you do that. I love listening to a track for like that one little part, even though the whole track is fantastic. And that's the thing, you can't have a crappy song with one little good piece. It's like, it's not worth it because it doesn't work. But when the whole song's really good, and then there is that one little segment, like, oh man, so few people do it very, very well. And I feel like Rush does it quite a bit. And this is a classic example of something being there just the right amount, but not being overkill. And the tone and the playing, and man, wow, not to skip right on past what's going on with Geddy Lee and Neil, because Neil's fills are so good and they snap so good on those toms. Like, toms can sometimes be really boomy and just kind of overwhelming, but they're tight and it's fun. It's cool. The contrast, but the balance that they have in their music is just. I think in this album they've really, really come to a point where it doesn't feel like anything's missing or anything's thrown together. All of this feels very well thought out, very well done, very well produced, and I'm loving it. I'm half tempted to just jump right ahead and do 2 more songs right now. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have to do them tomorrow and enjoy these ones a little bit more tonight. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope to be seeing you guys tomorrow is the plan. 2 more songs, and then the day after that, we'll finish up with the last song in the album. And then next week, we'll start the next album. Like I said, guys, blazing through this one. It's a lot of fun. So thank you so much for watching. If you have not already, please subscribe, hit the little bell icon. And if you would, hit like, leave me a comment. And if you want to support the channel, you guys, there's a couple links down below. Consider checking those out. If not, though, thank you for being here. Hope to see you next time.